Do not be proud of what you've done. By returning my memory, you have signed the death warrant for the whole human race.
All right, this is Jack. I'm here with Ryan.
Hey.
Shades.
Greetings.
We are going to review Coming of Submariner, Fantastic Four, number 4.
Longer than a whale, he can swim anywhere.
He can breathe underwater and go flying through the air.
The noble submariner, prince of the deep, will be ready any demon. Lord Faber of Atlantis is the prince of the deep.
As you've heard, this is a hugely historic issue in Marvel Universe with the return of Namor, the Submariner. This story, I really loved it because there's a huge development in the Thing that we'll talk about later. It has a kaiju. You gotta love that. Let's move on. What did you think of Stan's work?
I thought it was okay. I'm not a huge fan of this genre. For some reason, I enjoyed it more than the last two. I don't know if the books are getting better or if my resistance is just getting down. It occurred to me some time ago that these books were written in a relatively short time, like a 30-day thing, I think, right?
Yes.
And also, it was written for kids. So for us to come around and scrutinize it as adults some 50, 60 years later, it's going to be a little harsh. And yet, despite that, it was okay. But it was okay. I wasn't bored, which is a really important thing for me. I don't like being bored. I don't like, waiting for them to stop talking to get to the action. There was a good amount of action and dialogue. A good balance there for me.
What'd you think, Ryan?
Based off of the other books that I had read, I think it was actually one of the better ones, honestly. Just the story overall. Introduction to Namor had me a bit surprised, so I thought that was pretty cool.
My favorite bit in this is what happens with Thing. There are also some other things I love about this. I love Namor immediately getting hooked on Sue in kind of a Creature from the Black Lagoon kind of way. Reed being jealous. Throughout the first 3, Reed is a real cold fish in a lot of ways to Sue. Here, once Namor kidnaps her, you find out that he really, really cares.
It kind of seems like they were almost like a college professor and beautiful young student kind of relationship. Where almost forbidden, not really illegal, but maybe that's what you're thinking. That it was kind of, that's why there was a separation. There was an age difference and an intellectual difference.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Sue would goo-eye him, but Reed wasn't doing the same thing. You could tell he liked her, and obviously Ben makes comments that they're together.
But he's a nerd. He's into his science.
Right, he's not a ladies' man like Ryan.
He's not a Ryan ladies' man. No, he's not.
I love the fact that Thing has a bunker buster bomb strapped to his back, baby.
Of course, you love that.
So
you love that. I tolerate that.
And so
I will allow that, but only barely.
Ryan, what's your favorite part of this story?
Funniest bit has to be when he sees her and he's like, "You're the most beautiful being I've ever seen." Because
run away with me.
Exactly. He's just like, "All right, I'm gonna take you now," without even asking. It's just, "All right, cool."
He's got that Creature from the Black Lagoon. She's mine.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what she thinks.
Tarzan Jane type of thing.
But
at least Tarzan gave Jane a bit of a choice here. Here it was, I'll destroy your world or you run away with me.
Exactly.
How romantic.
Jack Kirby's artwork on this was definitely different.
Better, wasn't it?
Oh, definitely. Thing looks much more like the Thing that we're going to see. I know what the Bill Everett Namor looks like. He's much more angular than the one that Kirby did here. Ryan, have you ever seen any other Namor, or is this the only one you've seen?
Only Namor I've seen is the one in the new Black Panther. That is absolutely it.
It is a way different Namor than you are used to.
Yeah. As I'm noticing with a lot of these, they're all these villains are sort of kind of around the same vein of art style. Again, once I saw him, like I said last week, the first thing I thought was, oh, this kind of looks like a little bit like Doctor Strange. I'm not going to lie.
That's right. Well, he did.
He does, except he's clean-shaven. But otherwise, he does look a lot like Doctor Strange.
I see Spock.
Oh, there you go.
Because this is before Spock, but still I see Spock. Pointed ears.
Oh, wow. I didn't even notice that. He has the wings on his ankles.
He has the silly wings on his ankles, which I don't like. If I was a bad guy, I would just cut those things right off real quick. And
I think they grow back, because it is my favorite feature of Namor myself.
But it's so silly, though. He's got these tiny little wings, propel him through the air.
And the water.
And they should be green.
his shorts are red throughout this.
He's wearing Under Armour underwear.
And it's not green. Later on, Namor's shorts
That's
are
right.
always
Yeah,
going to be
that's right.
green. My favorite Kirby stuff here is the use of the trip kit when Namor gets his mind back and he shows up and Johnny's still standing at the pier waiting for him. You get like that little half shot of his eyes. Then you see him up to the waist. I love that. Ben walking through Monstro's guts with a bunker buster bomb on his back. Everything is dripping and gooey, and Kirby just went to town, and I loved that. What was your favorite part of the artwork, Ryan?
The new iterations of the Torch and then also Invisible Girl. He's doing much better on the art with those, and you can see those just get better as they go along.
Definitely. The Torch does not have a face yet, but he will.
He's definitely got more form.
He
though.
definitely has more form.
yeah,
He's less
definitely.
fire, more physical, more a man. Sue Richards feels like, ooh, I gotta have a Coke. Oh, my blood sugar's low. I better drink a soda. Ooh, that's delicious. I wonder why this guy over there was looking at me. Wayne, come on, be a little more discreet.
Actually, Stan was
who was doing
going
it?
beyond the kids here. If you compare what goes on in this book compared to what else was going on in the DC universe or any other universe,
Well, you know I'm a Marvel fan.
this is hugely
Adult.
hugely adult compared to that. You have a continuation from the last book.
Yeah.
You have character development in each of the characters.
Yeah.
When he reintroduces Namor, Namor is very much like he was when he ended. You see him develop too, because he goes from an amnesiac to
An angry act.
an angry. You could see why he's angry, because he goes home and his Atlantis is rubble. I'd be kind of ticked too.
Yeah.
And this has always been his big flaw, is he doesn't know who to lash out at. He blames everybody on the surface for what one certain group did. It's almost like Harvey Elder, the mole man, ticked off with the world because this jerk in a green suit made fun of me. But this is more dramatic because his home is actually